Hi friends, Living Fit with Laura on this very, very snowy day. Let's say the prayer with me. This is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. I will not live in want today. I will not criticize, curse, condemn, or compare, or negatively compete. I will not use the F-bomb to curse my life. I will not curse my life by complaining. I will be grateful for my life. We are sane, stable, serene, and strong. We are grateful for our lives because our lives are sacred. It's very important to be grateful, content, and at peace. If we are mumbling and grumbling and complaining and focused on the difficulties or the inconveniences, then we are unable to be present, fully present in the moment and enjoy the sanctity of this day. I want to talk today about the workout, and then I want to talk about our need for approval or our need for feeling significant and not seeking that in all the wrong places. So the workout is, today I am dressed very warmly. I have my wool socks, my snow boots, I have wool leggings. Obviously I have my raincoat. The workout is after a warm-up. We will do side to side step up on this bench. I will do soccer hops. I've done a lot of soccer hops or jumbles. To review those, we are engaging the core, and then we want to be sure not to wear really good boots so we don't slip. So left and right is count 1. Then we will run over here. I keep my circuit simple. We do not need to complicate fitness. We want to exercise the major muscles in the body. We want to get our heart going. We don't need a lot of expensive equipment. We don't need to make it complicated. So a lot of the picnic tables have been removed. So after the warm-up and doing the side-to-side lunge and the soccer hops, I will go to this picnic table. I will do my push-ups, plank to a plank hold, 5 push-ups to a plank hold, and then hold that plank position to exhaustion. Then flip over, do the hamstring reverse plank position, hamstring leg raise to glute bridge. So to summarize, we warm up, and then we do the side-to-side lunge to exhaustion. We do the jumbles to exhaustion. We run to the picnic table where we do slow push-ups, hold to a plank, hold that position to fatigue, and then flip over to the reverse plank position. We do a hamstring leg lift, which are very difficult, utilizing and targeting the hamstring muscles, keeping the core taut. So we do repeat that circuit 4 times. Now I want to talk about our need for approval, our need to feel recognized, our need to feel quote-unquote important or significant. And many of us, if not most, look for, I'll use the psychobabble term, validation in all the wrong places. Let's talk about that. We never want to look for quote-unquote validation. It's kind of a psychobabble word. Or to fill our need for feeling significant in this world in the wrong places. I'm talking about from jobs, from people, from circumstance. Here's why. We are not people pleasers. We do never look for approval from people because people are very fickle. I would say 99.9% of people are very self-absorbed and live in the little me bubble. We will find this out. People will fail us if we rely on them. We must be independent. We must stand tall. We are sane, stable, serene, and strong, not because of people, but in spite of. When my mom passed away last spring, I was sort of mortified to realize people I thought were my friend were still very self-absorbed. They could not even really say, I'm sorry for your loss. And that is a sad, pathetic way to live our lives, living in the little me bubble. When we live in the little me bubble, our lives are very small. And when we are focused on me, the gospel of me, we are unable to notice the tears on another person's face. So I would take that as data. I'm a scientist, so I take that as data and important information people are giving me about who they really are. And I am pretty much very independent anyway. 5-10 years ago, I used to be very much of a people pleaser. I was a doormat. I was very reliant on other people. And I was a wreck. I was not emotionally stable. But now I've learned to rely only on my God, the Creator who made me, the Creator who created the heavens and the earth. Because then I'm able to be sane, stable, serene, and strong all the time in the midst of disappointment, in the midst of getting laid off from my job after preventing a $100,000 product fail, in the midst of people sort of just being oblivious. When I lost my mom, I am okay with that because I have learned that most, if not 9 out of 10 persons are too self-absorbed to be able to notice the tears on another person's face. And I use that as data about who they are, and then I decide I will not live that way. I will not live that way because I don't want other people to feel the way I felt, even for a moment. We are never to seek approval from people, rely on quote-unquote validation or prestige from a job, from people, because those are all changeable. We already have approval. We are already loved by a loving Creator. We are already loved, and we are told we are all beautifully and wonderfully made. God's love for us does not depend on if we do this or that, only if we are sorry for the way we have lived a self-centered life and we want to live a different way. We never worship other people. We never worship a job. We only worship our living Creator because He wants us to have peace. He wants us to have the contentment and the steadfast joy that only He can give us. So we already have that. We don't need to look anywhere. We don't need to read all the mumbo-jumbo psychobabble books or listen to Oprah Winfrey, The Gospel of Me. We don't need to change our gender. We don't need to form that clique or join that clique at work. We don't need to do anything except focus off ourselves and acknowledge the reality that we have a loving God who wants to give us the peace that passes all understanding. We already have peace. All we have to do is get the focus off ourselves. We already have all the validation we need. We can stop buying all the useless self-help books in the bookstores. We can stop whining to the therapist who encourages us to be self-centered. How does that feel? How does that feel? And focus on our feelings. We are never to focus on our feelings. Feelings and emotions come and go. They are part of being human. But we don't rely on them for decision making ever because feelings change. So on this beautiful, cold, snowy day, we continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind us those things that lie behind. We continue moving forward because we want to know what's around the corner. We choose not to stay stuck in our disappointment. We choose to forgive because we want to be able to live well. Let me repeat that. We choose to forgive. We choose to move forward. We choose to accept, adapt, and embrace the changes that we cannot have any control over. The loss of my mother was eye-opening for me to be aware, to never rely on other people, but to love other people freely and unconditionally and generously, when we rely or have expectations of other people, then we are enslaved to those expectations. We are not to do that because we want to love generously and without condition. So on this beautiful day, we love generously. We are able to love generously because we do not need the approval of other people. We already know we are beloved by our Savior. We already know that we have the peace that passes all understanding. We do not need to read the Oprah Winfrey psychobabble books. We do not need to wait for that apology from the jerk that we encountered 10 years ago. We must forgive, and we can forgive immediately, totally, and completely. So live well with me. Let's get out and get that workout done. We eat our fresh fruits and vegetables, greens, lean meats and proteins, lots of water, one ingredient foods. We do not rely on other people for our saneness or for our quote-unquote validation or to feel important or significant. We're already significant because we are loved by a living God. If we feel ignored or if we feel disappointed, it is a wake-up call to realize that we have placing our expectations on others. Let's keep our mind off ourselves, place all our expectations on our living Savior, and that way we can love others without expectation, without any agenda of seeking approval. Have a great day with me. I'm going to finish my workout. Living Fit with Laura, to get and stay sane, stable, serene, and strong. I'm proud of you.